Soldiers all over the world have traditionally been deployed to a variety of locations, ranging from deepest, darkest forests and scorching barren deserts to blazing war zones and trenches. With such exposure to some of the world's most volatile and secret places, strange things are bound to occur every now and again. But what if one of those missions suddenly took a truly bizarre turn? Various soldiers have come forward in recent years and detailed their strange encounters. I was talking to one person on Reddit who was telling me about their strange encounter. They said the following: "I've been a military man my whole life, and have certainly experienced a handful of things I wished I didn't. One interesting encounter I had was when I was deployed to Syria. I don't want to give any specific details away about where I was or what I was doing, but me and my team had a strange encounter that none of us were able to explain. To cut a long story short, I'm aware that the United States is one of the leading countries when it comes to tech. But when me and my friends saw this craft, it was unlike anything we'd seen before. The only way I can describe it is that it looked like a huge pyramid. It was my friend who first spotted the object and called us over to see if we could explain it. We watched as this thing descended around 50 feet, meaning that it was hovering just slightly above the ground. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably around 10 to 15 feet from the ground, but from our point it looked like it was pretty much resting. This diamond-shaped craft was shiny, silver in colour, and reflected everything around it. It reminded me of a huge mirror. We were all mesmerised by this and just watched as this thing descended back into the sky. I've never been one that's really believed in this stuff, but this encounter has stayed with me. I have no idea what this was or who it belonged to. I just thought it was interesting and that I'll share it with you." End quote. Interestingly, many individuals have come forward and told similar stories. And it's not just other countries where these types of crafts have been encountered. Some of the most well-known and interesting ones have happened close to military bases. Edwards Air Force Base sits amid the dusty plains of the Mojave Desert, home to the Earth's hottest place, Death Valley, where temperatures fluctuate from scorching hot in the summer to freezing cold in the winter. The desert is a hostile and dangerous place, but it's also one of America's most fascinating places for a number of reasons. Geographically, the area is unique. Furthermore, the first space shuttle mission, Columbia, landed at Edwards on its return to Earth back in April of 1981. However, there's a reason much more relevant to this video as to why we're talking about this base. Edwards Air Force Base, by location and the majority of its purpose, is just a regular military installation, but it also serves a joint purpose. The base essentially controls activities at the nearby Homey Airport, also known as Groom Lake, and also more commonly known as Area 51. One would imagine that some strange things must be seen late at nights that far out in the desert, surrounded by nothing but open air and dusty expanses. One night in 1965, an air traffic controller at the base had a strange encounter with what he believed was a flying saucer. In 1965, Edwards, like US Air Force bases all over the country, were on high alert for suspicious activity in the skies. Tension with the Soviet Union was mounting, and the most shocking thing that radar controllers in the Nevada desert could have seen back then would have been a Russian aircraft. However, the objects that appeared above the base, apparently flying very high and very fast, appeared in sets of 7, and looked like pulsating lights against the night sky. Others also stated they travelled in groups of 12. However, the controllers couldn't be sure of what they'd seen, and as a precaution, an F-106A fighter jet was scrambled from the nearby George Air Force Base at Victoriaville. Yet the strange lights continued to climb into the night sky, far outpacing the fighter jets. Controllers noted that the craft seemed to simply fade away into space, becoming one of the stars. The thing about the Edwards incident is that the eyewitnesses' reports were credible, so the crew at the base most definitely did see something that night. It's just not clear what they saw. We don't know what sort of threat or how bad a threat these supposed UFOs posed, but when the evidence was released only about 15 years ago, people realised that the government had gone to great lengths of the time to cover up these sorts of incidents. UFOs have been a thing of immense fascination across the world for thousands of years, but Americans were amongst the first to take a continued interest in the phenomena. And when multiple soldiers, those who we trust with keeping us safe, are mind-boggled and ultimately convinced by their own sightings, you can't help but think there might be something else out there. These are just a few examples of what military officials have encountered, and there's definitely no shortage of these types of stories. It's interesting when we hear about UFO sightings that have been witnessed by everyday people, but when military officials come forward and share their stories, they seem more credible. This is because these are the people that work around this type of tech, so are used to seeing high-tech military equipment on a daily basis. No matter what your thoughts surrounding these incidents, one thing that can't be ignored is that there are only two possible conclusions to make when it comes to repeated UFO sightings. Either there's a truth within the story or it's false. So what do you make of these interesting reports made by soldiers and military officials? If the best military jets can't keep up with these crafts when pursuing them, then where do you think they're coming from and what do you think they are? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
Now let's get to all these spaceships.
For a number of reasons.
Everybody say
Strange encounter with what he believed was a fly.
Everybody keep talking about they the fiery chariots of the Creator, right? That's the rumor that's going around town. But that one was a bald-faced lie, because those are not the fiery chariots of the Most High. He said, how you know this? How do you know this? Because there's prophets who actually said something about it. You see, the Creator showed Naga all things. So before I go ahead and read what I'm going to read to you, you need to go ahead and hear this. And the Creator said, let there be light. This is the first light, because the Creator is light. Appears as light, look as light, is light, energy is light, spirit is light. That's how the devil also masquerades and appears as light, to copy the Creator. Now, and the Creator said, let there be light. And there was light. Genesis 1 and 3, the explanation. There is the primeval light, which the Creator made. It is the light of the eye. These light, or this light, the Creator showed to Naga. They gave it to Adam, but that's a hijack. Adam was a white slave to the Anunnaki demons, and the Creator had mercy on them and actually freed them at one point, but of course, we all know what happened after that. Because the devil got a hold of them afterwards and then turned them on us, along with all the other nations. So let's get going to the scripts, okay? So to Naga, and by the means of it, he was enabled to see from the ends to end of the world. This light Creator showed to David, who's King David, right? So-called Shem, so-called Sims Enoch, right? So-called John the Baptist, so-called Elijah, so-called Preston John, all the same person that they keep putting Mr. J on, but they never rose. So don't fall for that hijack. Don't y'all fall for that hijack. Alright? That's the trick. That's how they get you. It's all part of the game they play. And he, behold, it sang forth his praise, singing the Creator's praise, saying, oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have led up from them that fear you. This is the light through which the Creator revealed to Moshe, who y'all call Moses, the land of Israel, from Galan to Dan. So this is passed on, the secret, okay, foreseeing the rise of the sinful generations, the generations of Enoch, the generations of the flood, and the generations of the Tower of Babel. Creator put away the light from their enjoyment. Then he gave it to Moshe in the time that his mother was hiding him from the first 3 months after his birth, when Moshe was taken before what they call that, the king of that time. The Creator took it from him and did not give it again until he stood up the Mount of Zion to receive the Torah. Thenceforth Moshe had it for his until the end, for his life, and therefore he could not be approached by Israelites until he had put a veil upon his face. Exodus 34 and 33, that explains that. Let there be light, and there was light. Okay, Genesis 1 and 3. To whosoever that would, and there is applied, that things is in the world and in the world to come. Rabbi Isaiah, said at the Creator, the world of ends to end with the light, but then it was withdrawn so as to deprive the sinners of the world of its enjoyment, and it is strong always for the righteousness, as it stands written, light is shown for the righteousness. That's Psalms 97 and 11. Quoting that. Alright? So what's the light? The source, the Creator. And with the power source, the light, you can see all things. The Creator gave what? The Spirit, because the Spirit is light. And you are the Spirit, and you are in your body. Your body is a soul. They hate the light because the light is what? The light is what? Anybody got the answer? Huh? The light is unlimited. So they hate the light. That's why they fight against the light. As the older books say, why they fight against the light? Because the light is unlimited. Why they hate the light? The light is the creator because it is unlimited. So why the devil try to pair his light? Because he want to mask away and pretend to be something that he not, as we all should know by now. He likes to act like he the most high. So he come down these fiery chariots, appearing with his light, trying to pretend to be the creator himself when he indeed is not. Well, some of y'all say, hold on, Mr. The News. How do you know that? Where is the information? That's what you want to know, don't you? And I know many of you have heard me give this same lesson before, in the background laughing at those who probably asking them questions. But it's not their fault. They have not heard some of these lessons for some of these older books. You want to know how I know? You want to know how I know? Because in the book, the Brimstone Bible, the older book, a book that separates the outside nation's beliefs away from the truth and what we believe. You say, come again, Mr. The News? A book that separates their beliefs and what? From our beliefs. So let me read two things to you. And this book here going to tell you that the Creator allowed the prophet to see into the pit of hell. He saw all kinds of those that were in the darkness. All those in the darkness burnt. The cherubims, dragons, what's the word? Jinns. Okay? All of many kinds. None like the other. None the same. The Creator showed him and allowed him to see. And he had questions, obviously. So the Creator told him, the rebels are arrayed. The rebels are arrayed in the weapons of war. They are arrayed in these weapons of war. Fight against the light. They hate the light. Read further down. It says what? Why do they hate the light? Because the light is unlimited. They want to be like the light, but they hate the light. They masquerade the light. Devil is pulled for many enemies. Do your research. Okay? The war of the sons of the light with the sons of the darkness. Well, let's get into this, shall we? At the beginning of the undertaking of the sons of the light, they shall start again the lot of the sons of the darkness, the army of the B-E-I-L-A-L. You know what that spells? Against the troops of Naga. They put Eden, but that is actually a hijack. And Moab and the sons of Aram against the people of Philistia, Philisttia, and against the troops of the Kemet, or Kemet, it's spelled Kemet, but they spelled it back then, K-I-T-T-I-M, M silent, but it's still the same thing, of Assyria, and with them as helpers, the violators of the covenant, the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, and the sons of Benjamin, the Exilites of the desert shall fight against them, and the force, the light, and the force, the light, and the force, the light, with all their troops, with all their truths. When the excel of the son of the light, the sons of the light plural, return, when the sons of the light return, we're going to return, we will resurrect again when the sons of the light, because you didn't take the mark of the beast, they'll kill you, you'll resurrect when the sons of the light return from the desert of the peoples to the encamp. In the desert of Jerusalem, we gonna come back. And let me see. After the battle, they shall go up from there again. The king of the Kemet and Egypt, and in his time he shall go forth with great wrath to fight against the kings of the north, and his wrath shall destroy. His wrath shall destroy. His wrath shall destroy and cut off the horn. And cut off the horn. That's the devil. And cut off the horn. That's why he don't want you to Goku. And cut off the horn. He don't want your DNA, they call junk DNA, to fully go ahead and do what they got to do. Because what you gonna do? You're gonna cut off the horn. Why you gonna cut it off? Because it's the devil. You're gonna cut off the horn of their strength. Of their strength. Who's their strength? The devil. That's the source. Right? That will be at the time of salvation. That will be at the time of salvation. Again, that will be at the time of salvation. For the power of the Creator and prepared of the dimensions for all the men of his lot, but eternal destruction for all the lot of Belial. And there shall be a great tremble against the sons of Jesper, and Assyria shall fall. With none to help them, and the demons of the Kemet shall come, and the demons of the Kemet shall come, and the demons of the Kemet shall come to the end, so that the wickedness shall be laid low without a remnant, without any remnant, and there shall be no Savior. Without any remnant, and there shall be no Savior of the sons of darkness, and there shall be no Savior of the sons of darkness. Why are you telling you that? Well, because they're setting up for the devil. He gonna pop on the scene real soon. They call him Messiah already, and the devil ain't even here in the full flesh. He got his minions here. He trying to get loose. He about to get loose, and they call him what? The Messiah. He gonna come down with all these miracles and wonders, and because many looking for Mr. J and all these other ABC names from them camps and all those other names from all those religions from all over the world that was made up, took and twisted, and they took stuff out and added stuff in. Known fact. You can do your research on it. There's proof. There's omissions. There's documents. In fact, I even showed way back, matter of fact, about 3-4 years ago, probably was 2 years ago, about who the Canaanite, what the Canaanite did. The Canaanite signed a treaty with the devil, a long treaty. Didn't we read it out? We had a whole video about the treaty. That's how long the treaty was. Ain't that some stuff? The treaty said to deceive you, lie to you, twist and mingle everything, not let you know who you are. Don't let you get your real history, because that's bad, okay? Because what you gonna do? You're gonna reach out to your power source. Who's your power source? The Creator. May the source be with you. Who's your power source? The Creator. Why they put in the movie? Don't y'all fall for the hijack when that devil come. the devil coming thinking he gonna save him and his people. But of course he still gotta make people take the chip. But outside nations, you ain't got to deal with that devil. And I'm sure you know that. Leave Mr. J alone. All those religions alone. Come to the Creator only. Serve the Creator only. Because Mr. J sold you out. Mr. J about to fall. Mr. J don't care about you. Muslim people, yeah, Mr. A, he don't love you. He lying to you. Mr. A don't care about you. No, Mr. A have no need for you. He using you. Wake up. Huh? Kemet, come on, man. The demons you've been praying to is coming to eat you. And anybody else does all these other religions. The demons called the Draco race, the Alpha and Omega race, and all these other demons I exposed that's on the Bible talking about they something they ain't. It's coming to eat you. Yeah, the Alpha is a devil. The Omega is also a devil. That's right. It's actually a name of fucking foreign demons. Yeah. That's why I told y'all start looking up what Enoch was talking about. You start looking at Book of Enoch. Oh, the rabbit hole goes so deep. And you ain't gonna find everything in them books you read either. And I keep telling y'all that. And I may got older books, and the Creator may have made sure he looked out for me and have folks even give me away older books as well. But I'm trying to tell you something. These reptilians and Dracos coming. Their plan is to take over the earth. And their plan, they're almost done. Although folks are fighting back, Trump against aliens, but Trump is up on a Palladian race. What that means? You're still gonna be fighting aliens. So what you gotta do, and the problem is that these things interfere with mankind since the beginning of time, and they fucking up everything. So the root of the problem is these damn demons that the Creator has sold Moshe and many others by what? Giving them the spirit. That's right, the light source. The first source Creator made was the spirit, right? Put the spirit in you, because that's the portion of the Holy Spirit, which is who? The Creator. That's right. So then what? Allows you to see all things. And what they tell you. What they tell you the Creator showed them. Demons of many kind, none like the same. All burned. They are an array of battle of war. So all these fiery chariots you talking about, they not the Creator's ships. The Creator don't need no ship. The Creator is a spirit. The Creator don't have a body. The Creator said the heavens of the heavens of the heavens of the heavens could not hold the Creator, nor could maintain the Creator. The Creator also said, why did the Creator take a house that he built, which is also space, which is also your full body, as in other words, being the full body, all the Creator's self. What could not happen? Because the Creator is all working through everything. How do we know that? The Book of Truth tells you that what? That the Creator works through everything, works in all things, and is in all things, and works through everything. Therefore, the Creator is life itself, the epitome of life. And in fact, if the Creator even decided to come inside the body, what the Creator can't do is impossible. Life would cease to exist. You would disappear. Cease to exist. It'd be like it never happened. You in the Matrix, buddy. Somebody designed it, and it wasn't you. Get your popcorn, you in the movie. Battle of the Worlds will happen soon. All praise to the Creator and nobody else. And if I was you, I'd be doing all the laws the Creator put in there and not them 2 or 3 laws the devil snuck in there. And I'd be doing the commandments and going holding up to the statutes that he gave us as well. And warning, we ain't got all the statutes. We ain't got all the commandments. We definitely don't have all the law. All right? Because the devil added 2 or 3 things into that law. Guarantee you, he done took 2 or 3 things out. And stop that talking about sacrificing. We didn't sacrifice and cut no damn animals off. We weren't supposed to be killing animals. You know what we did? We did burnt offerings. 5 pounds of reed, frankincense, and myrrh. Do your research. If you don't do your research, you got no business teaching because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. So all those pastors, pastor pork chops in them churches and them camps, in other words, you need to sit the fuck down. All praise to the Creator and nobody else. And the Creator that I serve don't need no spaceship. The Creator I serve don't have no fleshy body. The Creator I serve is going to send a good army to take care of the business of the creators, because the creator is at the top. And when you're the king at the top, you don't be fighting. You send motherfuckers to fight for you, because you the top dog and you ain't got to do nothing but speak. And when you speak, it is written. Peace and shalom.